What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Charge It Up. For today's video, we're going to be going through Toronto streets on autopilot. Let's go. Alright guys, so what I'm actually just going to be attempting right now is what I've actually tried on episode 3. I'm going to go into the windy roads here of, I believe it's Twine or Twin Rivers. I think it's Twine or Twin, anyways, regardless, it's something, it's a road. I'm gonna make a left over here, go on autopilot, and then we'll see what it does. Unfortunately, there's a car behind me right now, so I'm actually just gonna pull over here, let him go first. All right, let's go on autopilot. Let's see how it does. This time I'm actually going from, I'm gonna slow it down here, down to about 40-ish. This time we're going from west to east. Last time we did it from east to west. So let's go ahead and see how how autopilot does here. Slowing down. Let's see. Oh, I'll take over there. It looked like it was actually going to keep going forward and it wasn't going to make that turn real quick. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we'll slow it down here to 40. So it didn't do that well on that side. On that way, it actually did a really good on its own. Obviously, we're doing only 30 and not 40, so that's a difference. Let's see how it does here with the road turning into a single lane. All right, so it does pretty good there. Let's see how when it changes back. Nicely done. So that's actually done really well, going from a dual lane this way and that way to a single lane on the bridge, and then back to a dual lane, obviously going opposite ways. So that's actually pretty good. Coming up to a 90-degree angle turn right over here. I'm actually going to pull this down to 35. There's nobody behind me right now. Let's see how this does here. Well, nope, I'll take over there. Looked like it was actually going to continue going straight, which obviously I did not want it to do. So I took over there. Let's see how it does here. Nicely done there. I didn't do much. We'll slow it down here because there are a couple of cars parked on the side over here. All right. Ooh, came pretty close to that border there. And then there's another 90, or like a corkscrew, or like a hairpin here. So let's see what it does here. So far so good. So far so good. Nope. And I'll take over right there. So that didn't do well that time either on autopilot, so I took over, go right back into autopilot here. We'll go up to 45 to 50. We're gonna go up this hill, and then we're actually gonna take back roads and city roads, country roads as well, up to I think maximum of 80, and we're gonna take it all the way down to Newcastle. I am going to my parents today, so come along and let's see what autopilot does. Oh, this guy's making a left-hand turn in front of me. Car slowed down a little bit, and now it's going to speed back up once it's safe to do so. Yes, yes, I will touch the steering wheel here. The road I will be taking is Highway 2, starting from Pickering, and then we're going to take it all the way up to Newcastle. It's going to take a little longer on my end. I'm going to see if I can shorten it down, obviously, to either a 10-minute or a 15-minute video. I will, however, make the lane change here. There we go, nicely done there. And we will make the left-hand turn once we get to Kingston Road. Let's see how this does here. I'm curious to see how it does. Oh, we're going to take over. And then go right back into autopilot. We are now on Kingston Road, or Regional Road 2, or Highway 2, whichever way you want to do it. Maximum right now, because we are going through Pickering, is 60, so we are at 70 maximum. Coming up to a red light, it sees that the red light is there, and we'll stop in 100 meters, 75 meters, 50 meters, 25 meters, and stop. Stopping for traffic control. it is safe to proceed, so the car will proceed automatically through the green light. So that was kind of interesting. I've never seen it actually creep forward a tiny bit. I guess there was enough space so the car actually creep forward on its own, even though we're at a red light. Now it sees the green and it will take off on its own here. We are now in Ajax, still on Highway 2 or Regional Road 2. The current maximum speed limit here is 50. However, I have it at 60. Now there's obviously a tow truck driver here. I actually am going to take over, so I'm actually going to swerve away from him and then continue going. I don't think Autopilot will swerve away from the tow truck driver. We have now made it to Whitby. Maximum speed limit on this road is 50, so we'll be doing 60, 10 kilometers over the speed limit, just like anywhere else. And we'll continue our trip down. Now it is Dundas Street West here in Whitby, but I mean, it's pretty much the same road, which is Highway 2 or Regional Road 2, as we continue down the same road. Got some pylons and some cones coming up ahead. Looks like some construction going on. I don't believe we'll have to merge into the oncoming traffic or anything, but I guess we'll see what happens here. Actually see all the cones that it picks up on the side. I think that's pretty much it right there. Super slow here. This guy in front of me is slowing down a lot. Let's just go ahead and change lanes, get away from this guy. And we'll go through this green light here. There's a piece of garbage on the road here. I'm just curious to see how it does here. So it stays away from it. It just stayed in the middle of the lane, so I don't know if it actually knew that it was there. So now this will be a one-way here. It's going to turn into 3 lanes. Let's see which one it picks to go into. And there we go, picks the correct one in the middle, sees that there's a red light ahead. So the system is picking up for the most part the 4 lanes across. It is 4 lanes across, all one way right now. So the system is picking that up very well. You can see actually in each lane. I'm actually going to change lanes here. So it does very well just staying in its lane and actually picking up all 4 lanes going the same way. We are going through downtown Oshawa. It does get a little bit congested here along with lanes. The left lane is for parking and for making left-hand turns. The 2 middle lanes here are to go straight, and then the right lane is for parking or to make right-hand turns. So the system notices that, I believe, and I think you'll see here as well that it notices that there is a left-hand turn lane and marker on the ground, and obviously that the lane ends as well after the light. So the light ahead is green at the moment. And the system will automatically brake. Nicely done there by the system. I didn't actually tell it to go through. It was going to go through on its own. It changed from green to yellow to red, and the system automatically stopped on its own. Now, as you can see on the screen, it says unable to proceed, possibly because of the heavy brake that it just applied. But I'm going to leave it alone and let's see if it goes through. I'm pretty confident that it actually will go through this intersection on its own once it turns green, obviously. So we've got green light, and there it goes. It'll just proceed on its own. Nicely done by Autopilot to not run a red light. knows that there's a stoplight coming up, a green light, so I will press the proceed through. It's super far away too. Like, I don't understand how it knows that, but it's got to know through navigation and through the system of visualization that there's a green light coming up. It's incredible how quickly it knows and how early it knows that there's a light there, and it wants the confirmation. So very nicely done. It actually limits the interruption to speed of the car as you're driving down the road. So I like it. I like it a lot. We are now in Bowmanville, Ontario, still on Highway 2. We are currently doing 80 kilometers per hour on a maximum 70. So we are doing 10 over the speed limit as per any other video. We are now in Bowmanville, Ontario. We are on King Street West, or technically still Highway 2, because it continues to go through all these little municipalities or cities. Maximum is 50. Again, we have our autopilot set to 60 maximum as we continue to go through this little town called Bowmanville. So this car in front of me is going to be making a, nope, he's going to be parking. So I'll let him go ahead and do that as we proceed through the green light. See, now it's somehow dropped down to maximum 30, even though it's not maximum 30. So I think there's a sign that it saw again, maybe because of the 35, maybe because of the roadside, or the roadside sign saying 35. That's definitely not the speed limit, because it dropped down to maximum 30, which is not the right speed limit whatsoever. So that needs to be adjusted there. It's reading the wrong thing, that's for sure. But it's done pretty well all the way down to Newcastle. We are now in Newcastle and almost at my destination here. That's it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And hit that notification bell for future videos on the Model X and the R6 soon. Until next one, guys.